Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Welcome back everybody to another Fortnite video. Lots to go over, including the 9.21 update, all the map changes, and then all the balance changes. I'm going to go over everything, and honestly, it's a lot bigger than we thought, and there are a lot of good things. So I'm happy with this one, so you can probably take a guess if you watch these videos what one of those things is going to be. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I keep you up to date on all things Fortnite. Right now, touch that like button for me. It helps me out tremendously, and just takes a second. And of course, code TheCampingRusher. It resets every 2 weeks, just a reminder. And if you don't like me that much, use it. Type someone else in there. Do view approved creators, because that program's a great thing, and it goes a long way. So thanks for supporting the channel in whatever way you do. Okay, let's start right away with the patch notes. Again, there's a lot more than we thought, and I'm very excited. Let's just jump into it. So first off, the obvious one is the proximity grenade launcher. Now, update's been out for about 12 hours. It didn't end up staying up last night, but I'm glad I didn't, because we have a lot more to talk about other than the 9.21 update. There's a bunch of leaks that came through. But yeah, proximity grenade launcher. Here's all the info, and I'm kind of reading it with you. I've seen some gameplay, but fires an arcing, bouncing, explosive projectile that explodes when in proximity of an opponent. Available in Epic and Legendary, found from basically everything. Semi-auto, rocket ammo, 2 rounds, rate of fires there. Proximity radius is 250 units, about half the width of a tile, so that's how far it can go. And explosion radius is 300 units, about 60% of the width of the tile. There's your damage and reload speed, and then projectiles explode automatically after 10 seconds or if it has nearly come to a stop. So this one's a little weird. You gotta play around with it a bit. I've heard it's very overpowered, and a lot of this other info we already knew about. I talked about the stats a week ago, so we knew most of this. But that's the first one. That's the obvious one. On top of that, the Horde Rush co-op, 4-player co-op LTM is just around the corner. Survive the Horde Rush on June 13th. So tomorrow is the new LTM. I will have gameplay of it. I'll throw gameplay up for my next video in the background. And I'm excited, man. I'm very excited for this one. Remember, it's us versus the zombies, so it's not, the zombies aren't going to be in the Battle Royale mode. It's a player versus AI game mode, and it sounds extremely fun. I'll give you the details here. 4-player squad mode divided up into multiple stages. Prepare to defend an area by searching for weapons and items, scavenging mats, and building defenses. Rack up points by fighting fiends, collecting score multipliers, and destroying fiend spawners. Recover from the battle and search for more equipment. Travel across the map to the next defense point. Respawning is enabled until the last stage, and then you have to destroy a boss fiend and his horde of minions. Keep an eye out for special loot chests, which contain powerful weapons and provide a scoring bonus. So, sounds very much like a Call of Duty Zombies type of thing, right? And again, extremely excited for that. We'll get gameplay for it right when it drops tomorrow. LTM rotation is one-shot duos. I believe that's what's in there right now. So after that is when Horde Rush comes out, and I'm sure it'll be out for up until 9.3 next week. Some big changes here, about 7 or 8, 9, yeah, 9 changes. 7 or 8 of them are directed at the loot pool, spawn rates, and they really needed to talk about this. I've been complaining, just little complaints here and there in every video, right? About the drop rates, and they've touched on it. Both things, shields and shotguns. First off, shield potion. Increase the availability from chest loot from 11.3 to 12.09, and then small shield, chest loot went from 16.95 to 18.13. So big increase for both of those things. Basically, their reasoning, shield pots and small shields have been less available in chests with all the new items being added. So they've increased the chance to find shields from chests to compensate for that. So again, over 1%, or I guess just under 1% on the big shield. But honestly, it's the small shields I've noticed, right? Like, that's what we need more of, man. So yeah, and over 1% there. So that's a big one. Next up is shotguns. Increase the overall chance to find from floor loot from 8.5 to 9.77. Again, this is the biggest one. I hope this should be a noticeable change. This is a 1.27% increase, only on floor loot though, keep that in mind, and it's for all shotguns. So it's not just the combat, it's the tac shotgun too. Honestly, Think they could have done better here, but at least they're listening. I wish they just targeted the combat shotgun. I feel like I get enough tac shotguns, but maybe that's, I don't know, maybe I got a bias here or something. Maybe I'm making an error. But yeah, let me know. Do you think that's enough or not? I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Infantry rifle, epic and legendary variants. There's the stats for you. Increase the availability of both of those things. Heavy assault rifle, so the AK, decrease. So there's been less of these things, which again, good thing. There's been so many of those spawning. And I'm not against the heavy AR at all, just needed to balance this system a little bit, and they looks like they did good there. Mounted turret, thank you. I dropped them anyways. You know that. You know I dropped the mounted turret. I'm sure most of us do. And then this one isn't a balance or spawn rate change. It's the storm flip. There's a big change though to this weapon or item. Adjusted it to cause flat damage instead of being based on which storm phase is currently active. So now it's going to cause 5 damage every second, and this change may not be immediately available at the time of release. It requires a server update and will become active at some point later in the day. And basically the reasoning, pretty obvious. The scaling damage that players noticed when they held on to their storm flips later in matches, especially competitive play, that's why it was disabled right away, was just insane, right? I don't know, the storm does 10 tick, right? 10 tick, 8 tick at the end. So you throw that thing in a little circle and you're getting multiple kills in competitive. So this is a good change. They also reduced the availability of it from chest and floor loot by a lot, like halved it. And it's added back into the arena and tournament playlist, and they have visual effect changes coming in 9.3 that will help improve readability. So that's where the storm flip's at. It's very similar to a stink grenade now, which was honestly what everyone kind of thought. And with that, I say it again, I think the stink bomb will be disabled or vaulted at some point very soon. That's all our changes, right? So it was a big one. This is a big content update. I know it officially wasn't. But yeah, a bunch of stuff to go over, and I thought it was important to touch on everything. Let's move quick though, because we got more to talk about here. First off, map changes that came. Snobby Shores. The survivor of Snobby Shores, legendary for putting up a fight for the control of his house, has come to an end, and his abode has fallen. However, we're not quite sure as of now as to what the cause of the destruction was. Could the Vikings have done the inevitable? I'm not good at saying that word, inevitable. Or did the Polar Peaks creature decide that he wanted to be the victorious one in this scenario? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Weight Rock Game. I'm reading the description of Fortnite news there. That's funny though. Basically, we don't know if it was the creature. We don't know if it was the Vikings. Don't really know what happened at all, but you saw the photos. Update on the Stone family. Mr. and Mrs. Stone can be found working on their garden while Stone Child wanders off and explores the world, only to find a flower similar to the ones in his home's garden. Stone Dog can also be found a bit deeper into the jungle, urinating on the tree that he was sniffing following the 9.2 update. So the dog has really progressed. He went from sniffing to now urinating. So there's that update. And those are all the map changes, but 2 good ones. Again, we assume, I don't know, what do you guys think? You think it was the monster, the creature that destroyed this place at Snobby Shores? Let me know in the comments section. Donald Mustard, always got something for us, man. He's been active as heck, and this one's weird. He's changed his banner to the Cube Island, as you can see there, back from a few seasons ago, and he changed his location to Circling. Interesting that he changed the banner to the cube. Circling stands for the creature circling the island. Yeah, so this, I'm reading Fort Tory's tweet there, and I completely agree. Circling obviously references the creature going around the island. Who knows what's happening next? Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated once we know. But the Cube Island, is that to do with the Horde Rush LTM? That's my guess. But again, comment section down below if you've got any ideas. 2 more pieces of news here that came from E3, and I actually just wanted to mention one other thing I forgot about. The Horde Rush LTM, it's not a player-made map we're going to be playing on. It's the default map, but it's adjusted for the game mode. So we don't have full details, but not player-made and resembles the default map, maybe a smaller version of it or only parts of it. Again, no confirmation, but this is what it sounded like from some of the leakers I've read, because I thought player map, so I wanted to give you an update on that. Jeff Cayley who I believe runs the game awards, game show awards, something like that. Whatever it is, he's a big name in gaming. And Netflix just teased that there is more Stranger Things content coming soon to Fortnite game. So I mean, we knew this was coming. I've talked about this in my videos. There's a Scoops Ahoy shop. I've never watched Stranger Things, but you guys told me, or at least some of the news guys told me, that this is a store or references the show somehow. So we obviously knew that this meant Stranger Things event, skins, rewards, something like that is coming in the near future. And Netflix has just confirmed that for us. But we have no idea what this content will be. And I'll let you know when we do know. And finally, another thing from E3 here is picture of Vicstar streaming at E3. And the reason we look at this screenshot is it looks like you're going to be able to select a default in the future. So possibly, I should say this though. I should say this. At these events, you can see there like the Toy Soldier unreleased skin is available. What they do on these accounts that they let people use, and Vic played here, a bunch of other YouTubers, and there's a lot going on, but you have access to every skin in the game, and then you can choose, or every skin, every cosmetic is on the account. So this could be hinting at a new feature in the future, but I think they've also done this at previous events. So it's a feature, it's available, it's just not publicly available. And yeah, so we don't know. This does not confirm it's coming. They've done this before, but I just wanted to let you know it's available. They know they can make this a feature. It is a feature because we've been asking for this for a very long time, man. Being able to choose your default rather than a randomized default. That's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy, make sure to touch that like button for me on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I'd love to have you. Keep you up to date on all things Fortnite, and code TheCampingRusher when you're purchasing anything in shop. I'd appreciate that. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.